Hello everyone and welcome to the Telespazio Xpress Talks, a 15 to 20 minute talk with leading figures from the new space sector, where we will talk about technology and sustainability. Welcome and enjoy the Telespazio Xpress Talks.
Hello everybody and welcome to our Telespazio Xpress Talks, our podcast on sustainability and space technology. Today we happen to have a very special episode because our guest is physically sitting with us in our office for the interview. So I would like to welcome Pablo from PLD Space. Very welcome, Pablo.
Very happy to be here, Andres. Fantastic, historic moment. We were looking for having a meeting long time ago, and finally I'm in your place.
Finally happened, and you're here with us. Fantastic. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for the invitation. Really appreciate it.
Let me ask you something, Pablo. Who are you? Where do you come from? What's your story?
Oh my God, my story. I don't tell you how old I am because you will be surprised. But I was born before the first man in the moon, so even few years. So I am the son of a family of 5 kids. So I am number 4, and I love this kind of jobs, which is working on the space industry.
Actually, we see each other a lot in conferences and places all around the world. You like traveling, and particularly you like people. You like socializing and making friends, right?
I don't know. It happened like that. I think it's a natural way of being. Maybe the need to be with more people. Maybe because I'm used to be with many people. Maybe at home we were 5 from my cousins, so I like it, and I think it's fun. This industry, like you go to, I don't know. We just came back from the States, and it was impressive. The Spanish team was super fun. The international team, so it's fantastic moment to meet new people and also to see the same people in different countries.
Exactly. And that's typical from the space sector. So actually, where does your passion from space come from?
I mean, I think it has been progressive, and it's going in crescendo. I was thinking I was going to be tired, but every time I find new challenge. I start working at Telespazio in Spain. I am industrial engineer, so I don't know. I have passion to work at the beginning, to be honest. At that time it was not so easy. So I even live here in Germany for 1 year before starting my career in Telespazio. Is where I learn a lot on space. The first experience doing part of the rocket of Ariane 4 and Ariane 5, and also some part of the satellite. And passion came by doing new things, finding out that why not to help doing a launch campaign. So I moved to French Guiana. I lived there like 4 years. Then I say, why not do the mission management? So I moved to Paris, working for aerospace. So always finding new things, and even working at ESA, the SpaceX in the past. I think the projects are very interesting. People are very interesting, and I think countries also are very interesting. So I was lucky to live in.
Absolutely. I love that. And what made you join PLD Space?
PLD Space is, I was working for SpaceX, and wow, that's a big adventure. But I was kind of missing also the Spanish or the European part. No, I have family in Spain, so I say, wow. And I see a rocket happening in Spain with 2 crazy boys, I will say. Now they are no boys, they are fathers, and they have a good reputation. But I like challenging, and I think it motivated me to have a nice challenge in life, and especially if it's related to space. And launch vehicles is something that I always love. So that motivates a lot. And family, of course. My mommy called me, say, come home.
Come home. Come home, son. You're talking about these two boys, a big crazy boys that decided to start PLD. But very recently, you guys actually launched for the first time. It was a very successful launch, very meaningful moment, I guess, for you and for the rest of the company. How did it feel?
Oh my God. I don't know. In Spanish, we saw La Casa de la Pradera. You remember this series of movies?
House of the Prayer, yeah.
So everybody crying. So it was
Everybody crying.
We call that La Casa de la Llorera. Everybody
The
crying.
crying house. Yeah.
So it was kind of the day of the launch, a lot of crying, of happiness, and a lot of passion. But during the process, it was the nice part. What we felt is relaxation of having done something nice, highest excitation, to be honest. After that, you cannot sleep. You are so, the adrenaline is so high. And the party was natural. After the launch, we didn't plan, we don't want to plan for a party, especially for a launch.
Yeah, in case things go one way or another, you don't know. So, okay, you just improvise, essentially.
We were ready for failure. That's something I think I motivate personally and the rest of the team also, that we may have a failure, but we already did something impressive, that is to convince that we are ready for launch, and all the things we did before. So that was the extra.
So what do you think it would have happened if this try that you had would have gone wrong? How would the team take this, right? Or even yourself?
Well, we were ready. I mean, I was ready. Okay, we were ready having another launch vehicle. I mean, there was, and we have still, we have one ready to launch MIURA 1. That was the backup plan. Hey, we need to solve the problem as soon as possible, and we need to try again. So that was the plan.
So essentially, you guys were not scared of failing.
I mean, always you have this excitement, but you have to be ready for that. Yeah. To be ready to, okay, what happened if there is a failure? I need to analyze the data. I need to go save the people to make the public announcement. We were planning that. I mean, the surprise was that it was so perfect, to be honest.
How many messages, if you remember, did you receive from people congratulating you?
I don't know. The phone was ringing a lot, the messages, the WhatsApp explodes, the LinkedIn, I put a little message, I said, wow, how nice the people.
Absolutely. It was actually a very nice achievement, perceived as well by the rest of the industry.
No, it was super nice. Even the so-called competitors that for me are friends, we are dreaming the same things, they were sending messages, hey, congratulations, great job. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
You feel like it's not only you, your team, Spain was crazy. You imagine, you are maybe more passion. You are like, some people will say, you look like a soccer game, no? So we love that. So very natural, but very international. We have, many customers from all over the world and also many friends. And I'm surprised. When I go to a meeting or the symposium, I say, who was watching the launch from us? And we did many tentatives. And there are people in all the countries. They say, yes, I was there. So it's beautiful.
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. You were mentioning the competition landscape, particularly in Europe. How do you see things developing in the next few years? And what's the key role that PLD will play in the launch industry for Europe?
I mean, we follow our plan. The company is 13 years old. From day one, I was not there at the time. I was at the SpaceX, but the two Rauls, they say, okay, focus in doing this launcher. The MIURA 5 was already there in the plan. The plan was to do a MIURA 1, that was the demonstrator of MIURA 5, and the plan was to serve as fully dedicated launcher for a small satellite. And we continue the plan. It takes time, especially when you start from scratch, especially when you start in Spain or in Europe, I will say more like there is not this reactivity of private investors, but the plan is there and it's happening. And you need to be consistent. You suffer because it's an industry that you have some barriers, some type of not only economical, could be political even. So you need to convince many people, but things happen with perseverance, and there are many nice people that really want this to happen, to give opportunities to newcomer. I mean, it's beautiful. So plan is still the same. MIURA 5 was there. We delay a little bit, and the market is there. We have customers that are coming, and also we see the competitors doing the same thing. We call always the original one. We are the first one doing this, and the best message is to see all the Europe kind of following us.
Absolutely.
But we feel like the most advanced in that sense.
Absolutely. And you touched a little bit on the economic barriers. Let's talk about that for a moment. From my perspective, this is just my appreciation. You have done so much with what it looks to me relatively limited resources. So that just goes to show how good the team is in place, the super high motivation that everyone has, and just how much of a good job you guys have done so far.
Oh, thank you. No, I mean, the good job is, I think you need to suffer or to struggle to do things with, I will say, more cost-effective way. But if you want to be cost-effective and also reliability as the driver of the company, you need to even have more, no? So we demonstrate building MIURA 1 that we have that reliability, and as you mentioned, cost-effective. We did that with, I think, 40 million, and this is...
It's just impressive.
Like a joke. I mean, we need a lot of things to be done for the MIURA 5, but it's, and we can tell, customers when they see that, and they know, it's important to have the experience of this. They know that this is, some people, it's a demo launch, thought to be a orbital one. So it's not the classic or suborbital launcher. It's an orbital thought launcher that is tested in a suborbital way, but with the same technologies and same operation, and it's a question of learning, and that's the message we send always. We are learning every day. The more we fail, the more we learn, and we fail a lot, and that's I was very happy on the failures that we recover, like launch campaign, aborts, or anomalies or explosion in engines. So that make the team more mature, and that make the team more
solid moving forward, for sure.
Strong.
Pablo, what's next for PLD Space? What are the next milestones?
The milestone is building the team. We are growing. I think we today announced 200 person in the team. So that's we have to make the team adapt to the needs. And the next step is, every day is different, to be honest, for the team. But in general, from now to end of next year, we will be preparing the maiden launch of MIURA 5. So right now we are testing the engines, the structures. We are getting customers. Well, the most important for us now is to make sure we know all the requirements, and we adapt the rocket to the real needs. So every day is, for me personally, is more customer oriented and preparing the maiden launch, more in the mission management side, which is the side that maybe the customers see more, which is the interface with the satellite and the launch vehicle.
Fantastic. Love it. Unfortunately, we're coming to an end of our interview. Time is flying, really, especially having you here face to face. And I always ask this question to all of our guests. And I would like to know if PLD Space has any form of tradition or any funny anecdotes that you guys do in the company or that you might want to share with us? Maybe I'll make you think a little bit at the moment.
Yeah, let me think. But actually, for the maiden launch, we wanted to do something nice for the team. So we have, the CubeSat dispensers, the one that I used to separate the CubeSat in orbital launches. So we have one of them, and we put inside the photos of all the team and family members, and so that was beautiful.
Very nice.
And I think you can see in the video that we separate during the microgravity time, so you see the photos of maybe your father, and it makes people really, hey, I'm part of the team and my family, my father. That
very emotional.
Yeah. Oof. And also we have a cheese in the first
cheese.
slice.
What do you mean a cheese?
Yeah, as somebody that is supporting also PLD was giving that, and also it's a tradition from NASA from the old time.
Mm-hmm.
So why not that? A more fun thing is we never prepare a party before a launch. We have to improvise. So like the maiden launch party was totally improvised. We went to the town that is there, Mazagon, and the mayor was so nice that, hey, don't worry, we open the disco or whatever.
Whatever you need, guys, just go ahead.
Natural. I mean, at the end is the most beautiful thing, to do things in a natural way and people flying.
I love it, Pablo. Thanks so much for being with us. We really appreciate your time and the very nice conversation. And we're really looking forward to seeing you in the next conferences, and all the best for the MIURA 5 maiden launch, and best of luck. See you soon.
Thank you, Andres. And Telespazio, great job, everybody. And see you at the launch base, at our facilities. You are all invited, and really appreciate your way of preparing this, and also the passion you put always.
Thank you, Pablo.
Chao, amigo.
Chao.
Vamos, MIURA.
Vamos.
Qué bueno.